Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Sunday Musicians Café. I'm over the moon for today's guest, Alim Beisembayev, a good friend, but more important, an extraordinary pianist. Alim won the first prize at the Leeds Piano International Competition in September 2021. And for me, this is a very special episode, and I've been waiting long for this one. And I'm really excited because I had the honor to share the stage with him in Royal College of Music for a very special occasion in which he was performing the Ravel piano concerto in G major. I was leading the second violins in the orchestra of the Royal College and under the baton of Antonio Pappano. And I clearly remember Alim's kindness and professionalism during the rehearsals, his attention to the details, and the sound of the orchestra during the rehearsals. It was incredible, so professional, at the same time very, very attentive, And I was attending an event. The synergy between Antonio Pappano and Alim was incredible. I felt like I was attending a very special event. I was actively participating in an event where two giants of the music were working together, and that was it. I hope that I can chat with him about this, but please drop a message if you have any questions in general about music career, musicianship, music life. I received a couple of messages previously in the previous weeks, and I'm really glad about the questions. Actually, I'm really open to the idea for these projects to become more interactive if you want to, and please drop a message. We'll try to answer any questions you have, if you have any curiosities, but let's invite Alim. So we are going to have a beautiful chat today. Should be here. Alim!
Hi.
How are you, man? All good?
Fine, thanks. How are you?
Very good, very good. Would you mind putting the camera a bit lower so we can see? Fantastic. Yes, we can see your face clearer. I mean, I'm so happy. I was telling the audience just now that I had the honor to share the stage with you, and I've been waiting for this moment, for this beautiful episode of Sunday Musicians Café for long, because I really enjoyed playing with you, but I so much respect you as a human being and as a performer, and I really have so many questions. How are you today?
Fine, thank you very much for your lovely introduction, Pietro. Nice to see you again. Where are you now?
I'm still in London. I'm based here, and I'm doing, music life, self-employed, playing around. Tomorrow I go, no, actually today I go to Manchester. Next week I have a couple of concerts there, and one in Bedford as well. And exciting. But you feel like a hamster sometimes in London. You must be like requested everywhere. But for us, that we poor musicians of a really basic level, not like yours, we really have to fight so much. And in London, it's like you feel like sometimes it's a roller coaster. Where are you at the moment?
I'm at home. I've never done an Instagram live before, I don't think, and
Okay.
I'm successfully balancing my phone on a cereal box.
That's super good. I love it. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Yes. I mean, we try to do our best with all what we have,
Yes,
And
I've got the cup.
what are you drinking? What are you drinking?
Just tea.
Oh, okay. I'm espresso team, like coffee. Yes, I like coffee. I mean, I have to say coffee is my addiction, probably my first addiction of the day. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Listen, but okay, I have so many questions. And obviously, I said also the followers, if you want to drop a message, we might be able to answer. Yeah, like any questions about music career, music life. But Alim won the first prize of the Leeds International Competition. So I want to know from you directly, how was that experience? Please tell us.
Oh goodness. Well, was blown by then. It seems like it only happened recently, but it's already 2 years.
Yes.
And it was a completely life-changing moment,
Yeah.
and a lot that has happened since, and it's opened a lot of doors. But yes, it was a very happy moment in my highlight of my um, certainly life-changing.
Yeah. Yeah. And let's give a bit of background of your studies, maybe also to make a nice history of your musicianship in general. You come from Kazakhstan, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And when did you move to London? Or was London your first place to study abroad? Or...
I studied in Kazakhstan when I was 5. I picked up the piano when I was 5. I did 2 years in Moscow, and then I went to study at the Purcell School when I was 12, which is just outside London.
Wow. Okay. So you've been a long time here in England, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you feel comfortable with the system, right? With the because I asked this to other guests and other musicians, and they found hard, right? You know, switching from one system to another one. I don't know. What about you?
I was very young at the time.
Okay.
Find the switch of any systems. The only difference was the language, which I picked up quite quickly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I got into it pretty quick, and I was very focused on piano ever since I was young. So nothing else really mattered.
That's good. That's really good. And obviously, the age helps to be very flexible also on switching, as you said, right?
Yeah.
And yeah. And then you studied in the Royal Academy, right?
Then I went to the Royal Academy when I was 18. Yes.
Fantastic, fantastic. And I know you were friend because you studied with Joanna McGregor, no? And also
No. I studied with Tessa Nicholson.
Okay.
From the age of 14, actually.
Okay.
And all the way through my bachelor's.
Okay.
Well,
Oh, sorry. I made a mistake. I think so. I confused that with Ignace also. Ignace, yeah, that's true. Sorry, that's true. Ignace also was a guest in a previous episode, and I'm really happy to know you guys. And I was saying, you know, I had the honor of sharing the stage we do in Royal College, and I don't know if you remember. And I it's an experience I will always carry in my heart because you know the Ravel piano concerto has a beautiful part in the second violins, in the second movement, and I was so much into it, and I really enjoyed playing with you. How was the experience with Papano for you?
thank you. It's very kind of you. I mean, that was my first Ravel G major, and first with a conductor, you know, whose name is such a big name. So I mean, Sir Antonio Papano is sort of top of the top, isn't he? So it was a little bit scary at first, but I think we worked things out quite quickly.
Absolutely. No. It became like an instant classic concept. I mean, it became an instant, you know, success. I have to say, I remember I was saying this in the intro, but I clearly remember your professionalism and the attention to the detail of the sound of the orchestra, you know, and with Papano, this synergy. I was learning so much just watching at you, and I had the privilege of sitting on the front row, you know, so I was clearly, you know, leading is also it's a honor because you can see closer what's happening, you know, and I was so good. I learned so much. And I really enjoyed the concert itself, you know, not only the performance specifically, but the whole storytelling of the concert was really good. And Papano is incredible. Which is the best conductor you played with?
Sorry?
Which is the best conductor you played with?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, it must be
Must be Papano,
yeah.
Yeah, must be, yeah, absolutely.
During that concert, during the whole of the rehearsals, and he really pushed people and everybody and me to the extreme and to get the most out of the music. So that was yeah, I learned a lot from that experience.
It's incredible, guys. You see, I mean, sometimes there are people we don't realize, but there is never a point where we stop learning. And sometimes I feel like you reach the top, but actually you are still learning, and your professionalism in that is so inspiring. And I love the fact that you say that you were learning there, and that was is incredible. It's such a good thing and very inspiring. And we have a question, maybe Alim. Thank you for your performance in Astana. Oh, very nice.
Oh yeah, thank you. I played there last week.
Last week, okay. Where is your next performance?
Next performance, right, I'm playing the Tchaikovsky concerto in early November. I remember exactly which day. Early November with BBC Symphony on the radio. So.
Wow, that's big stuff, eh?
Yeah.
Wow,
but
wow.
I've played quite a few times, so.
Okay. Which is the composer you feel more comfortable at the moment? Tchaikovsky or?
Oh, comfortable.
Yeah, like you feel like you really master it in a way. You understood the way he thinks and he does.
There's nobody. I mean, you can't master a certain style or a composer, I don't think, because there's no connection to them, to music and to art. But I mean, I think I could choose maybe who I feel closer to, and possibly Beethoven.
Okay.
I can't play Beethoven, but mastered. I don't know.
Yeah. No, you said something very true. We cannot master such, master a composer is impossible. But you recorded the
Yeah,
lists, etudes, no?
went as well. Yeah, that's one. Yeah.
Yeah. How was the recording professionally? Such a big work.
So I recorded all the transcendental etudes.
Yeah.
Last year in April 2022. Yeah, and it was recorded over 3 days, and it's 1 hour of music, and it was a lot of work because everything sort of you also have time to try things out, but also it's very tiring to keep recording and things and just best track it can be. So it's very tiring, but it was a really nice experience because you can play exactly, you can do what you want to do exactly, and that's how you want to. The mics are pretty close, and you don't exactly need to worry about projecting the back of the hall. So it's it was very intimate sort of and very rewarding in the end, of course, because you get to choose what you're happiest with. Again, even though it was tiring recording a bunch of 3 days, but a lot of notes. But it was an amazing thing I'm proud of as well.
No, it's actually a fantastic work of yourself, and I really admire people recording. I wouldn't feel that comfortable yet. I'm thinking of recording something. As you said, it's probably very tiring. There was a question from Anna saying, "How do you feel before going on stage?"
How do I feel? Hi Anna. I feel nervous. It varies. The amount of nerves vary depending on how tired I am or how just I'm feeling in general, or profile of the concert. Even though I think it should be as important to me to play at the Royal Albert Hall as well as in a random church You
This
know,
is, yeah.
but at the same time, I can't help being more nervous at the Royal Albert Hall. It's just a complete. So it depends, but I'm nervous most of the time, and but it's a controllable amount of nerves rather than uncontrollable.
Yes, no, I mean, you touched a very important point, and I think this is exactly is the confirmation of what I felt when I perform with you. The professionalism you treat every concert the same way, the same professionalism, the same attitude towards performing, and the respect to the audience and the respect to the music, right? But obviously, you mentioned Royal Albert Hall. Tell us, please, how was the experience of being called to play in the proms?
Oh gosh. Well, I got the call on a Friday morning. I just woke up having my breakfast and then I got the call saying, "Can you play Rack 2 in 2 days?" And I said, "Probably." And they said, "Well, can you do it at the Proms?" Um, because Benjamin Grosvenor is cancelled, and I had to think for like 10 seconds. So, play. And then I said yes. They got back to me to say, actually, it's also televised. And then I had to think again, and I thought, why are you making this so difficult? But and I said yes again. So it was a really quick decision I had to make, and then I had to practice immediately, and then I was rehearsing the concerto with an orchestra 2 hours later. So
Wow. So you received the call. Let me get this straight. Okay, you receive a call on Friday morning,
yeah,
right? And then you have to decide very quickly to if you're gonna play that, and then have rehearsals in 2 hours.
yeah.
No, this is for me. I would say immediately no. I would say no. I mean, unless I played it many times. Did you play many times Raktu?
I've played it a few times, not hundreds of times, but I've played it several times, under 10, but more than 3 or 4 times. The last time I had played it was in November.
Which is the best because immediately I think of okay, how can I be efficient in the practice so I can get immediately the result of I have to perform it in one day. What your kind of routine or attitude when you have very short time to perform something? What is the best way of being efficient in the practice? You practice everything slow from beginning to end. How do you do that?
Um, well, when I have so little time, it's actually important to know that you can get through it in pretty much immediately. So I wouldn't have probably taken it up if I couldn't get through it from beginning to end in tempo. So that's the first thing I did. Actually played it in tempo, in from beginning, because there was time. But over two, I went to rehearse, and of course it was a little bit sort of shaky in rehearsal because I've only had 2 hours. But and then for the next 2 days, I guess I just had to really think, because 2 days is very little to think and
Yeah.
to really get under the skin. And I guess that's all. Thankfully, that was everything that was on my mind was only the concerto. Um, a lot of, and then a lot of just fixing tiny things and
Yeah.
making sure of memory and things. As I said, thankfully, from beginning to end, so it was doable.
Absolutely. There is also a part of psychological preparation, obviously, that you have to do, and we have to do before performing. And I normally do visualize myself in stage. Close your eyes and you visualize the moment where you play and the sound of the orchestra or the sound of the other people playing with you. You do these kind of routines, or you have different approach to the psychological attitude and preparation.
I pretend to perform quite a lot of the time. Yes, I think it's important be able to imagine performing.
Stupid question, stupid question. Do you dress up?
But no, I don't dress up.
Some people do. Some people do. They dress up. Especially, I talked to a couple of violinists, female violinists. They put the heels on because they would maybe playing on heels and, balancing and stuff. And I understand. For example, I played in the suit if I can.
Right. Yeah. I was about to say maybe, just maybe I'll put concert shoes on, but usually I don't. I can't be bothered to dress up before before.
Yeah, before the performance. Amazing. Amazing. And would you like to tell us maybe your experience in general as a musician? What do you think are the key moments of your life, and apart from obviously winning the Leeds competition, probably is the life-changing, right, moment of your life. But before, maybe some encounters, some professors or some musicians that they weren't your teachers, but maybe they changed the way you perform, or you as a human being, let's say, as an artist in general, right?
Well, there are so many things that affect us that we don't realize, and so many things inspire us in a way that we don't realize as well. And then maybe one day we'll just think about it and think, maybe that's why I'm like this. I can't think of a moment right now, but I can think of being very inspired by Evgeny Kissin playing both Chopin and when he was 12. I wanted to do them when I was 12 as well, and about 9 or 10 at that age. So I thought, I have time. So I actually remembered that I learnt either one or two one of the Chopin concertos by then, but I never ended up performing them. But yeah, that particular performance and recording was a huge sort of inspiration for me.
Wow, this is really good actually, because we tend to, I mean, I don't know, sometimes I forget that actually social media and, YouTube, basically, YouTube is such a source of inspiration for us. And obviously I use it, and it's also for me a source of inspiration. But nowadays, maybe the audience is not aware of the fact that as classical musicians, we are very lucky of having YouTube, for example, because for us is the more we listen to music and different performances, because this is exactly the same, no? And everyone approaches in different ways, and having this display of possibilities of performances is such a gift, and it's really good for us. It's really good. Yeah, absolutely.
It's a gift that I guess a lot of people take for granted nowadays. It's so easy. I remember, well, at least younger, there was YouTube, but there wasn't easy access to it when I was young, and I remember all my friends and teachers switching and giving each other recordings of different people playing, and Paulini's Chopin etudes or Kissin's Chopin concerto and Richter's Beethoven, and like that. And all these things were so precious to these that we would hold on to them, like feel like so. Yeah, I feel like now could be because it's so easy to access. It could be taken for granted, but again, we are very lucky that we do have easy access to pretty much everything online.
Yes, absolutely. No, and you said a very important thing. We shouldn't take it for granted. So maybe young musicians, they also, me including, sometimes I take it for granted, and I should really take the best from it, and really take notes, or thinking more about performances and listen more to performances. There is a question from Kamshat. I hope I said it well. Have you composed yourself?
Have I composed myself? I used to when I was very, very young, and somehow I think I didn't make an impression on anyone. it. The only thing I've done is Mozart cadenzas. If that counts. Losing. Yeah, I haven't really composed much since I was very small.
Wow, I never composed any cadenza for myself, for example, even though I tried to do it, but I never put them down on paper. Sometimes it's easier, you know, just to play the themes and going through cadenzas, but I never actually put them black on white, you know. And so you actually, the cadenzas, you write them down, you wrote them down?
Yes, some of them I have. There's one that I haven't here, but I haven't.
Amazing. There is another question from Adrian. Hi, Adrian. Can you talk a bit about your debut, please? We talked about it before, so if you want to watch the live, then again, it will be posted. So we will talk about. We already talked about it, and it was incredible, right? How was it?
Yes, amazing experience.
Amazing experience. Watch before, and you will see. We don't have that much time, and I know you are very busy, and you have to practice, and you know you have many performances. I just give you the last question. Ask you one little thing. I always ask to all the guests if you have any advice for the young generations of musicians, which is the main task or main ability or skill that you think nowadays a musician should have.
Oh, a skill. I think harmony is very understanding harmony and how it works, and in fact probably in composition lessons that I haven't done, and I wish I had. But composing is, I think, is a very important skill to have. But I think that what's more important is harmonic understanding and developed throughout according to, and I think it's just really important to understand harmony in depth from and to Shostakovich or something like that. So I mean that's a very quite deep, a sort of deep knowledge advice music.
No, absolutely. But this is very practical as well. So as musicians, we can actually learn more about harmony, as you said, and have a deeper connection with the way of composing and the rules of harmonies. They make our life much easier to understand the whole composition. And I agree with you on that. Yes.
Yeah. But on a simpler note, I would just advise everybody to find inspiration and keep searching for it if they haven't found it. I think finding inspiration is probably the most important thing in art, all of art and music. So, yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Alim, for joining us to this, joining me to this little project, and hope to see you soon in London, performing or for a beer, for a coffee, whatever you like. We should hang out more. I take so much inspiration from you. As you said, the inspiration is important. So please be inspiring to me the most you can. Okay. Thank you so much for being here and to be such an incredible guest. Good luck with all your concerts and best of wishes.
Thank you very much. Bye bye, Pietro. Yes.
Ciao.
Bye bye.
Ciao. Incredible guest, isn't it? What an incredible performer, an incredible human being. He's such, you know, he's such a kind person and so straightforward when he goes to talk about music and very respectful, very respectful. You know, he said such an important thing, which is the deeper connection of harmony. And I totally agree with him on that. And as musicians, our life is much easier because we are performing basically the ideas of another person. And if we look at the harmony and the way he composed, we understand more his ideas in a way, right? So I totally agree with him. I hope you enjoyed the chat, and thank you so much, Rag. Rag 2001. You're doing an amazing job, Pietro, with all of these comments. Thank you so much. Really, thank you so much. These feedbacks, they fill my heart really, really much. So please follow Alim. Look at his website to be updated with his performances, his concerts coming up in London and wherever he is in the world. Please follow him and follow Sunday Musicians Café. You can do that following me, my profile here on Instagram. And every Sunday I interview someone which is a friend or a person that I really admire in the music industry. Not necessarily a performer, but related to the music industry. Please give me any feedback you want to, any question you would like to go deeper in, and if you have any curiosity about music career, musicianship, please send a direct message, and I'll try to answer it. And yeah, maybe some guests also will answer it. So if you also have people you want me to interview, please suggest any person you would like to. Okay, and see you next Sunday. Thank you so much.